The Honor Watch GS3 has an appealing appearance and displayed image, a respectable battery life, and is a better sports and fitness watch than a smartwatch. However, if you're looking for the greatest smartwatch at this price, there are currently stronger options. The affordable Android-friendly watch, which will reportedly eventually work with iPhones, costs under $200 and has a good number of functions for that mid-range pricing. You get a ton of sports modes, an AMOLED display, and the assurance of precise outdoor tracking. Additionally, there is a music player, actionable notifications, and a long-lasting battery. Despite the Chinese tech giant selling off the Huawei name back in 2021, the smartwatch still has a certain Huawei feel to it. Does the Honor GS3 perform well enough to stand out in this segment of the smartwatch industry, where things are starting to get competitive? In terms of smartwatch appearance, the Honor GS3 doesn't break any new ground, but what it does offer feels well made and is wearable all the time. You also receive a fairly stunning presentation. The 22mm strap is detachable and quite simple to swap out, and the 45mm size casing is composed of metal with a plastic back. 3 colors, Midnight Black, Ocean Blue, and Classic Gold are available. Unlike the more exercise-friendly silicone strap on the black model I was testing, the latter two have an apple leather strap. Honor takes a cautious approach to appearance, making the screen the primary focus. A slender black bezel surrounds the 1.43-inch, 466 by 466 resolution AMOLED touchscreen, which is gently curved. When used in conjunction with the majority of the preloaded watch faces, Honor does a respectable job at blending the bezel into the background. There isn't an always-on display here, and the raise-to-wake motion doesn't seem to be supported either. As a result, waking the watch requires pressing one of the two physical buttons, which isn't the best solution. However, the screen is incredibly precise and brilliant, with the kind of aesthetically pleasant deep blacks you'd associate with a high-quality AMOLED panel. The watch's overall appearance is improved by a slightly curved form, yet those seeking the sleekest model are encouraged to choose the somewhat more expensive blue or gold models. You're good to go if you want a watch that you can wear while swimming right here. With a 5 ATM water resistance rating, the Honor Watch GS3 is safe to be immersed in liquids that are up to 50 meters deep. Although Honor may no longer be a part of Huawei, the watch software seems to indicate otherwise. Honor doesn't specify the operating system that powers the GS3, but it is unmistakably a proprietary one that looks and feels a lot like Huawei, Harmony OS and Light OS currently. It only functions with Android smartphones. iOS support will be added via an OTA update, but it is not yet known when that will happen. To pair, sync, and adjust the watch's settings, you'll need the Honor Health smartphone app, which, surprise, resembles Huawei's Health app. Even though Honor withholds information on the CPU in this section, it doesn't take many swipes of the screen to realize it isn't particularly sleek. Although it doesn't significantly detract from the experience of using it on a daily basis, there is some slight lag. There is a decent selection of pre-installed static watch faces, and you can download and sync more through the Health app. The ability to send quick replies to messages or response to an incoming call on your phone that you don't want to deal with right away is provided by notification support, which is well adapted to the screen. Testing revealed that the number of supported apps from which you can receive notifications isn't particularly long. The GS3 has music playback controls, which are similar to those on earlier Honor watches, as well as a music player with 4 gigs of internal storage that can be used to store your own music. You can only sync music that you own, and it must be on your phone in order to accomplish that, much like Huawei's watches. There is no way to sync playlists from services like Spotify or Deezer at this time. Honor does include some pleasantly thorough weather predictions, as well as other common functions like the ability to set alarms, timers, and a stopwatch. Both the Find My Phone mode and the Torch mode, which transforms the screen into a white light that is brighter and more vibrant, are helpful. Despite having a microphone and speaker, the Watch GS3 does not feature voice-based smart assistants, rich third-party app support, or payment processing. The overall smartwatch experience is satisfactory. But for this price, there are smartwatches that provide a more complete package, and, more importantly, models that do so without the slight lag you'll experience with the GS3. The GS3 has much of the features you'd expect for activity tracking, including daily step counts, tracking of runs or swims, and sleep tracking. Honor claims that the Watch GS3's optical heart rate sensor makes use of an 8-channel heart rate artificial intelligence engine, which achieves a total heart rate accuracy of over 97%. If you need to check blood oxygen levels throughout the day, it is also equipped to continually record blood oxygen data and take on-the-spot measurements. The capacity to continuously detect stress is also unlocked by that optical heart rate sensor. In addition to the device's built-in GPS and air pressure sensor, you can use the device's dual-frequency GNSS mode and compass outside. This technology, which we have previously seen on watches from Huawei, Immersed, and Coros, is intended to increase the accuracy of outdoor exercise tracking for activities like running and cycling, in places where snagging a dependable signal from supported satellite systems can be challenging. Simply press the bottom physical button or enter the workout screen, which which resembles Huawei's workout screen, to begin tracking. There are more than 100 sports modes supported here, as well as the fitness and running programs from Huawei's smartwatches, the latter of which includes animations to show users how to complete exercises properly. For runs, you may create target goals, establish automatic or manual splits, and receive alerts when you reach specified heart rates. For example, I compared the accuracy of the Watch GS3 to that of the very impressive multi-band mode on the Garmin Epix 2, and discovered that it lagged behind in terms of distance tracking, and registered my average pace as being slower. Although for some hilly intervals, the Watch GS3 was 4 to 5 BPM off a chest strap for both average and maximum heart rate measurements. Heart tracking accuracy on steady-paced runs was generally fine. Data accuracy was extremely excellent overall when I used the Watch GS3 on an indoor rower and in the pool, demonstrating that it possesses all the necessary qualities to be a more than capable wristwatch for tracking exercise. Honor furthermore offers training and recuperation data, mostly fueled by workout tracking and indicators like heart rate. Although suggested recuperation times, training loads, and VO2 max scores are available, they feel more like general recommendations than anything you should actually live by when making training selections. The device works well as a fitness and sleep tracker, if that is what you plan to use it for primarily. To show daily activity tracking progress and step tracking, there is a dedicated watch widget. Daily totals were comparable to step monitoring on the Oura Ring 3 smart ring. It provided fundamental sleep data that was comparable to Oura's robust sleep tracking support. On the GS3, the average length of sleep was 30 minutes longer on average, with similar sleep stage breakdowns and scores. The same thing applied to recording breathing during the period of sleep. If your heart health is important to you, I discovered that the Oura's data for low heart rate and resting heart rate and Garmin's Epix 2's accurate continuous heart rate tracking were comparable. This made features like stress tracking, which use data from the optical sensor, useful. A dedicated screen showed exactly when your day was stressful and when it was quiet, and the feature was powered by the data. The SpO2 sensor on the Oura and average blood oxygen levels were frequently within 1 to 2% of each other, remaining within a range that can provide trustworthy information. The Honor Watch GS3 is a smartwatch that can actually deliver on its claim of having a battery life of many weeks. Battery performance is good overall, but under heavy use when using continuous blood oxygen and heart rate monitoring, battery life is more like a week. The battery consumption with GPS for outside tracking wasn't as bad as I'd expected, and the Watch GS3 is able to match the performance of Huawei's watches in that regard, so there isn't a significant daily drop-off. The advertised GPS battery life of 30 hours seems entirely plausible. Honor also has a quick charge option that can provide a day's worth of play with a 5-minute top-up. The charging cord and cradle for the watch clip firmly onto the back of the gadget in a puck style. If you desire a smartwatch that has a significant emphasis on health and fitness from an activity and sports monitoring perspective, the GS3 work admirably, and these would be the primary considerations when choosing this device. At this price, you want the best smartwatch. The Honor Health app, while decent on the watch, isn't the slickest. It lacks some obvious software components and is a little sluggish, which doesn't help. The Honor Watch GS3 is a surprisingly capable smartwatch with a clear focus on health and fitness, and it really shines in those areas. Is this a top smartwatch? No. It is still a good option for Android users, though, and if Honor can improve the software and add more advanced smartwatch functions, it might even compete with stronger rivals from Huawei and Immersed. Thanks for watching, have a nice day and see you soon.